So I just finished watching the PlayStation showcase, and I had recorded it, but there was a problem that it wasn't recording really well. So I had to just, I'm just gonna do a recap of what I would just watched. So we start off with Taken 8, and for me, I don't really play Taken, but it made me want to play it for real. Like this game, when it started, it was like they were talking, and then it just said fight, and then they just started fighting like with just right there and then, no loading times, no anything. I don't know if that's gonna be the gameplay, but if it is, wow, it looks really good. If it is the gameplay type, it's gonna change the fighting games for sure. There was a game that was announced that was called like a Dragon Ishin, I believe, and supposedly this is a game that people from the Yakuza series make, the same makers, and it's a game that was never released here. So I thought that was pretty interesting. It looked like a Yakuza game, and when I did the research, it was so, or the same people that make it, and it looks pretty interesting. I really like the Yakuza. I'm new to the Yakuza series, but what I played so far, they're really good. So another highlight from the show was the Hogwarts Legacy, the Harry Potter game. They showed a little bit more of that. I think it's going to be a good game, but I'm not really, I'm like 50-50. I don't know if I want to get it yet. But it looks really interesting. They showed, a little different mechanics and different stuff in the story, stuff like that. Next year's going to be releasing, right? And this one was really interesting. This was like a JRPG shooter with multiplayer. I don't know, and it was like exploration. It was called Scene Duality, but this one looked really cool because at first it was like, okay, it's an exploration game, or Japanese exploration game, anime characters, whatever. And then they started goddamn like shooting monsters, and then you could see, the multiplayer where there was, I think, the 4 or 3 people in the screen, and I was like, wow, that looks cool. Like that looks like a really fun multiplayer game, exploration with shooters and JRPG. I mean, what else do you want, right? And then they showed this game that they showed on the last showcase, which was called Project Eve, and it's kind of like a Bayonetta. It reminds me of Bayonetta slash Devil May Cry JRPG. I don't know. I'm not really sure, but they changed the name, or the name was supposed to be Project Eve, and now it's called Stellar Blade or Stellar Blade. I don't know why they did that, but I guess that's the real name that they're calling it now. And it looks cool. Like and that's gonna be a PlayStation exclusive, and it's gonna be only on the PS5. I guess it's another version of Bayonetta, but on the PlayStation. I don't know. It just reminds me of Bayonetta so much. Then they announced Rise of Ronin. That one was cool because it reminded me of it's the makers. I want to say are the makers that made Sekiro, I believe, and it looked cool, like a little not like a little, but it was a samurai game. It looked gory, like it had all the sneak around aspects of the game, and it looked nice. Like, and I think that's a PlayStation exclusive as well. I know the people that made Sekiro, I want to say it was the people that made this one, Team Ninja. Then we get to the end. We get to the end of the showcase, right? And they show God of War, a God of War controller, and that looked sick. I'm tempted to get it because it looked really, really nice, the controller. And then after the controller, they showed trailer from the game, a story trailer. Wow. Or more gameplay story trailer for God of War, and wow, man, that game looks incredible. It's coming out this year, the end of the year. It's gonna be, I mean, contender for sure. I'm already saying it, like it's gonna be contender for Game of the Year next to Elden Ring. This is my prediction: Elden Ring, God of War, and Xenoblade 3. Hopefully, because the Game Awards, they don't really nominate JRPGs for some reason, but I do believe Xenoblade Chronicles 3 should be nominated or a candidate for Game of the Year. But it should be Xenoblade, um, Elden Ring, God of War, and maybe Horizon. I don't know. From there on, it could be anyone. But I think those three games are going to be the should be the contenders for getting the Game of the Year. But let me know what you think. I mean, let me know what y'all think. I was at the end when they showed the God of War trailer. Oh man, that looks sick, man. I was like, I was, yep. But yeah, catch you next one.